something up there is so in my face. How you guys doing today? Let's see if I can move that to a better spot. Ah. Not much, okay. That sounds, I mean, that still sounds good though. We just got Disney Plus and have been enjoying it. I'm glad to hear it. Ah, today has been mostly been me sleeping, but that means that it's a good day. Um, so some of my audio stuff got messed up. So if you feel that my voice isn't loud enough or it's too loud, please let me know. Yeah. All right, so first request that we have today is, let's see. You had to turn me up. Okay. Hey, Dassy, how are you? All right, let's see. I have old stuff from 6 days ago. Get that out of here. The very first thing is, what's your cooldown for the request? You can request at any point in time, as long as you have the cash for it. All right. Um, let's see. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. I'll get to that in just a sec. Okay. There we go. Vamp bucks? That's actually really funny. I like that. Okay, so I am looking at MollyKetty's uh, request. It's kinda a reference sheet. Most of it's not safe for work. So I will do her front, hopefully safe side. Okay, there we go. Hey, Inf, how you doing? Blow her up, and okay, that should be good. Okay, so I have, let me guess, full on requests already. This is a challenge stream, just like the other ones. Basically, it's how much can I get done in, in the amount of time that I have. Um, so you can make as many requests as you like. Whether or not I get to them is an entirely different story. Let's see. If you make a request, it gets added to the queue. Yep, it does. Um, You'd like her in either a cute modeling pose or a cool action pose with her gem. Okay. I will keep that in mind. Hey, Kenny. I'm doing all right. Thank you. How you? How you? I have just two right now. Okay, a cool action pose, huh? Let's find some cool references and inspiration. I did catch your request. This one will be faster, so I should do it first. Let's see. Does it fit? Ah, yeah, it fits. Nice. Design degree. And let's see. Disney Plus is awesome. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear you liking it. Okay, I'm just scooting things around so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so let me grab my timers. And okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so, um, Molly Ketty, she has a lot of hair. She's so much hair. It's insane. So I also scooted around a lot of my tools and stuff, which always helps. Uh-uh. So if you see me struggling with that, you'll know why. I'm gonna go for the dynamic pose because see a lot of modeling poses for MollyKetty already. I'm gonna try to do something a little different. Let's see. I actually don't think she's changed very much at all. I know that's not the answer you're looking for. She looks almost exactly as I remember her. Sparky! How you doing? Kisa! Oh my gosh, everybody's here. It's exciting. Am I winning? No. Somehow my hand is sore. Miraculously. Oh, I'm glad you like my setup. Okay, so she's got a lot of hair, and it goes like this, kinda. Okay. Ah, thank you for the follow, Kiza. I really appreciate it. We shall see. Whether or not it's complicated, I mean. How many requests are you for the stream right now? Currently 4. but it's kind of mix and match time because I need to do as many as I can in the time permitted. Let's see, a hand up like this. Maybe I want the gem up here. Do you remember the song I showed you called The Fire? Did you ever end up using it? No, because I didn't check the copyright on it. And I need to check it before I do anything else. What's new? I started school this week. I think that's pretty exciting. School is hard. I already have so many projects that I have to do and like set up dates for research and all that jazz. It's very, very hard. What classes am I taking? Let me get their names for you because um it's kind of hard to describe. Um, I'm taking a marketing communication design course, an information design course, a UX UI design course, an introduction to technology and society, and introduction to design and development. All very exciting course names, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, basically everything is. But does that affect your stream schedule? Yeah, that's why I'm streaming at this current time. Um, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm taking 5 courses. It's what's required for my program. So, yeah. Still trying to get back into school yourself. Well, good luck. School hard. Okay, she's got these big rings around her hands. This ear actually cuts through. Okay. Not trying to steal viewers, gauging interest. If I were to stream myself playing Night in the Woods, would anyone want to watch? I'm going to guarantee that the people who are here for art probably wouldn't, because I don't even think they watch my streams for art. But the people coming over from Atlas's server would definitely be interested in watching you stream. I'd be interested in watching you stream. I'm looking into taking some art and animation classes to help me improve on my work and concepts. Nice. Um, it's going to help you with your workflow and for being able to take criticism, critique yourself, and basically learn how to better yourself as an artist. Um, that is what art school or art classes are going to do for you. If you take like a community art college or a community art class or something like that, something where it's like we meet every Thursday on the boardwalk, um, you will be basically just drawing still life stuff, which is fine and great practice, but it's not the same thing as, for example, like the stuff that I'm studying. So it's good to know. What if I took Cal Arts? It depends. Cal Arts is a very difficult school to get into and pay for. So good luck. Um, I was invited to go to Cal Arts, but I wasn't super keen on the location personally. It's an excellent, excellent school though, especially for art and animation. As I'm sure you know, that's why you're looking at Cal Arts. Um, the classes you're going to have will require you to take many, many courses, and they're very, very difficult. You got, yeah, I don't want to super brag, but I will because I can. It's my stream. Um, I was offered to a whole bunch of different schools because of my academic standing and also because of like generally what I wanted to get into. Um, so like I got invited to Stanford and Berkeley, um, but I was a huge, huge coward and did not take them because they were scary and in a different part of the state. So I rejected them, and they still send me emails being like, "Hey, you can join us for this semester and blah blah blah. Check out our scholarships." It's like really awkward. Um, but yeah, if you have good academic standing, you can go a lot of different places. Um, I was fortunate enough to be offered those places, and I wound up getting my art degree elsewhere, and then I'm getting my second art degree right now. It can be pretty scary when you're looking at beehive schools that are just swarming with competitive artists. Fuck yeah. It is so, so absolutely scary. Um, because you know that so many of those artists are either in the same position as you or like they might be better, you know? And the people who are going to be looking at your portfolios, they're not really looking at how you are as an artist right now. They're looking at you for your art potential. Like, do they see, can I teach this person and will they get better? So, in order to apply for Cal Arts, ah, thank, uh, hold on. Thank you for the host, Kenny. I appreciate it. Um, so, yeah, when you apply for Cal Arts, you're going to have to supply them with a very professional portfolio. If you want to look up how to make a professional portfolio, I recommend actually going to Adobe. A lot of Adobe people have awesome, awesome portfolios just up there for viewing, and they'll even discuss like what is a portfolio and how to do it. Then there's Brooks Eggleston. He has videos about how to make a portfolio. Um, so yeah, I recommend it. Let's see, what does a day in a class look like for you? What's the format classes like? Well, right now, because of the world disease going on, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on Twitch. A lot of platforms don't allow it. Um, because of the world situation, um, we have multiple classes, so like several different rooms essentially. So normally we'd all be sitting in one room, but hey. Uh, so my classes are, which is really weird for this semester. We have one class a day, which is awful. It's a terrible, horrible schedule. Um, so yeah, that sucks. I would much prefer to take multiple courses a day because my commute to get to school is crazy. Um, but yeah, so I have a cohort that I've been with for the past 3 years so far, and we take all of our courses together. It's a very, very strict schedule. If you get a C in any class, you're booted out of the program and have to reapply. So you cannot slack off at all. It's very, very tough, very competitive. Um, we will be with the same people, like I'm with the same classmates over the course of the 4 years. Um, yeah, so like we kind of grew up to be this like family. It's very, it's really cool, but it's also really scary because, like, we lost two members of our family this semester, um, because they did not do well in the last semester. So they we won't see them like ever again. It's really sad. Um, so the rest of us are just like, okay, we're gonna graduate together and it's gonna be great. But there's that pressure. Let's see, lazy, Nezumi. Um, but yeah, so I go to school. I'm there for 4 to 5 hours for a lecture. And then the rest is studio time if I want to stay on campus or not. Yeah, the creative media industry is extremely competitive. Um, you kind of have to prove that you can do almost professional work from the get-go. Um, and if you can't do professional work, that's okay. You just have to, like in the line art, by the way, thank you. Um, you have to be able to prove that you're willing and capable of learning. So they will scour all of your social media. They will ask you a whole bunch of questions, and if you don't meet their criteria, then they won't contact you. Um, if you're looking to get into art and animation, you can't just have character drawings. Um, for it is brutal. It's incredibly brutal. I mean, as is most competitive fields, though. It's just different in that you have to have a very, very competitive portfolio from the start. So yeah, otherwise they like won't look at you. Um, let's see. If you aren't at the top, then you likely won't get anywhere, as I'm finding out. If you aren't, I mean, this isn't a dig at anybody in particular. If you aren't able to do the projects, then you're going to have a hard time. The reason that you have that seat, that they've given you a seat, if you've been accepted, is because they know that you are capable of doing the work. Art school isn't about how to learn how to draw hands better. I don't know if that's like what a lot of people think art school is about. It's not about sitting down in the middle of a forest and drawing your feelings. It's not about any of that. I'm sure there's some conceptual stuff like that, but a lot of it is going to teach you how to be critical, how to study for the artwork that you do produce. Art is studying, art is difficult. So yeah, my degree is currently not like my previous art degree, which I'm very thankful about. I think it's a lot more interesting, a lot less boring. I'm basically studying business on top of art. Oh my god, this is the worst tangent. I didn't plan this out. Yeah, art school. Cool stuff. I do recommend art school to anybody who wants to... It sounds like a solo battle royale. Kind of. You have your teammates with you, you know? You have your classmates, you have your professor's on your side. What are the lectures like? My lectures are essentially, we break down aspects of design. So we will look at real life examples. Let me actually pause so I can talk to you guys kind of about what I actually do, because I think it's pretty interesting. Let's see, pause. So let me get out my notes, because I think this is really cool stuff. So for example, my lecture yesterday was about UX and UI design. So UX and UI, we define UX and UI. UX is the user experience, UI is the interface with which the user interacts with your product. So for example, Twitch, the UI is the stuff that you essentially click and then UX is kind of how you click it, if that makes sense. Um, so we discussed design patterns. So when you have a design for a website, for example, um, hey Neon Runner, what's up? Yeah, don't forget that half of you won't make it talk on the first day. Yeah, when we were introduced to our program, one of our professors basically told us, see everyone around you, see all your friends? Yeah, only half of you are going to graduate and make it. So it's like, okay, cool. Um, so like, for example, yesterday we talked about design patterns. So essentially when you click on, does it seem accurate so far? Yeah, we've lost a lot of people. I assume in the fourth year we're going to lose more people. Um, so it's kind of, I feel like it's up to the remaining of us to really, I don't know, make connections and like support each other and make sure that we're all okay, like in a good mind space. Um, Otherwise, I mean, that's probably the leading reason why people leave is because they feel that they can't do it. Um, Probably. Or they've lost time and they don't feel like they're enjoying the program. So, yeah. Um, so let's see. We discussed projects and what we're going to be doing. So, like, we scheduled out how we're going to do our projects um, for that are due next week. And then we talked about how to do research. Um, we talked about, like, I guess defining terminology, um, what to avoid, like heuristics, and I don't know, just stuff like that. It seems like a pretty normal lecture, except for it lasts for a lot longer than just an hour, as is standard for lectures. Um, so yeah, it's a lot of work. It's also really, really cool. But yeah, we basically learn how to big brain art. Um, all right, let's start this back up. And there you go. Okay. Um, yeah. It's hard to describe how an art class goes because there's so many different aspects of art class. So it's like just kind of complicated, I guess. It's like being told to describe how, I don't know, um I don't know, how was your day looking at Twitter? Like there's so much stuff at Twitter. I don't have that kind of attention span, so good job. Uh, well, I mean, my first degree was mostly work, supplemented by a ton of research. So those courses that I took, it was 4 to 5 classes a day, um, which is a very, very different schedule than what I have right now. Right now, I have one class a day, but that class is very, very demanding, and it is um, kind of tailored more appropriately, if that makes sense. I don't know how to draw this. Can't wait to draw me a big piece of all of my characters as a graduation gift. Oh my gosh, that's very nice of you. I am very excited to graduate. I'm more excited to see my classmates graduate because it will likely be their first time graduating, and that means a lot more to me than my graduation. Um, it sounds really cheesy, but like I've already graduated. I don't need to be, I mean, I'm proud, but I don't need to be like, yeah, I graduated, I did it, hooray, because I've already gone through that. So I want to just make sure that I'm here for my classmates because they deserve that awesome graduation experience. You miss your high school teacher. She was super sweet. Aw, I'm sorry. Um, do I even have the hair like this? Wholesome 100. I I guess it's wholesome. Super spiky, isn't it? I, is it? Seems pretty soft to me. Long day today. Glad for a chance to chill finally. I'm just mad that so today I had to basically miss school. Um, the long story short is uh so I have to take multiple buses to go to school, which means that I have to take multiple buses to get home from school. Um, my my bus yesterday got kind of super delayed slash turned around slash etc etc. And so what happened was my bus didn't drop me off at my normal spot. So I had to walk a whole lot to actually get to my next bus stop. I wound up really hurting myself. Um, so yeah, I got I got messed up feet for hopefully not more than a couple days because I would like to go to school on Monday. So yeah, it sucks. Um, we had a new professor today, and I really wanted to meet him. So yeah. I've been enjoying in-person school. Uh, I'm not used to in-person school, and I was kind of cherishing the online bits, but seeing everybody again really made me happy. So yeah, happy to have it in person. It's so hard for some reason. Ugh. I learned a new trick in Clip Studio. It's the warp deformer. Or what it actually is called, I really don't know. But it's cool. Yeah, mesh tool, warp deformer, I don't know. One of those things. Okay, so her hair. Oof, another tangent. Not doing good today. Yeah, Clip Studio Paint, actually amazing. Um, if you don't have it already, I don't know if it's still on sale, but if it is still on sale, get it. It far surpasses illustration use in like Photoshop or something like that. So many people use Photoshop, so I'm going to mention Photoshop. Um, doesn't go on sale in the fall. It is currently on sale, or it was on sale. God, so many notification sounds. Not on sale anymore. You guys missed it. Yeah, I'm glad that they're targeting Photoshop people because people should not be using Photoshop for illustration. It's a huge waste of time. It's a huge waste of money. So if you are a Photoshop user, get Clip Studio Paint. One-time purchase. They will not harass you. It's awesome. Photoshop is that bad, yeah. It's expensive. The price goes up yearly. And it is not designed for illustration. Photoshop and Adobe software not only charges you monthly, it also has annual charges. Don't forget about that. But charges you a fee for canceling early. Yeah, and that fee is a percentage of what your subscription was. So, for example, my subscription is about 350 US, which is an insane amount of money for any art program. So if I canceled early, they would charge me a cancellation fee of probably about $90 just to cancel. So if you have like a full suite and have, I don't know, stock and all sorts of other stuff, they will charge you even more. So don't, if you can avoid it, don't work with Adobe. Also, they have kind of monopolized the industry to force companies to use their stuff. And that is not okay. Let's not support monopolies. It is, I mean, I'd say it's kind of just robbery. Especially since they don't actually upkeep their programs to a professional standard. So yeah, pretty embarrassing stuff. I have enough to consider a request, but the characters I have might still be complicated. Do it anyway. I have enough degrees to draw basically whatever I want. Don't worry about it on my end. I'll be fine. Have I ever used GIMP Shop? You mean just GIMP? Yeah, I think it's pretty poopy. Get CSP. Yeah, GIMP is not great. Yeah, I like After Effects and Premiere Pro a lot. Those are the programs that I use the most outside of my studies. I really like it. Or I really like them. If I could just buy those programs, then I would be really happy. GIMP is a nightmare, yes. It's just not, it's not an art program. I hate to say it. It's fine for an intermediate program, but it should never be used as your primary art program. Today's a weird feet drawing day. It's one of those days. I mostly use MS Paint for my sprites. You should upgrade to an art program. Literally any art program ever. And you will instantly do better. Don't torture yourself by using MS Paint. You're just doing yourself a huge disservice. Thank you, Min. Drink! I did, I did. Please have mercy on me. Shinya, thank you for the Otters of Protection. Thank you for the Power Rangers of Protection. I appreciate it. MS Paint keeps things simple so I don't have to keep track of everything. It also prevents you from doing anything more complicated than, basically drawing. Yeah, you don't have to be an avid artist to do art and to not torture yourself. Basically, MS Paint is forcing you to waste your time doing things that you wouldn't need to waste your time doing before. If you mess up in MS Paint, it's done. It's gone. If you mess up in literally any other program, you just go to the layer and fix it. So, Mona Lisa was made in MS Paint. I mean, the Mona Lisa was also made on, you know, Flipnote, whatever, on the DS. Like, it doesn't mean that it's great. I can provide what I do in MS Paint, and, you know, if you want me to, I can criticize the crap out of it, because you're not using a tool meant for art. I will be mean. Because I can be mean. I have the degree to prove that I can be mean. I also have the experience to be mean. Because, honestly, degrees don't mean shit when you have experience. Yeah, don't torture yourself. Yeah, how come you're dying on the couch? Yeah, I mean, you hydrate. Yeah, MS Paint is like driving a car without wheels. It's also like... It's kind of like taking the bus, except... No, it's not even like that. Because taking the bus is pretty good for the environment. MS Paint just sucks. I don't even know what the equivalent would be. It's just like... Maybe you're on the bus, but your bus driver is not licensed to drive, and everyone is in danger. You have no control over what you're doing. You think to yourself, maybe I could drive this bus, but you realize that you literally can't because there's a crazy man driving the bus. You know what I mean? I'm not great at analogies. Basically, you're torturing yourself for no reason. I want to make a horrible joke, but it's insensitive to Americans. You're an American. That being said, no politics in my chat. Strictly stick to making sprites. What I do might not be viable in high-end programs. Of course it's viable in high-end programs. What do you think professionals use to make sprites? They don't use MS Paint, I'm going to tell you that very first. Mind if I drop a link to what I do as long as it's safe for work? Sure. Go for it. As long as it's actually your work. because it that happens again is a warning. Eh? What do you mean, Kenny? But so let's say you don't consider yourself an artist. That doesn't mean you can't treat yourself to a program that works for you. Like, why would you ever purposely torture yourself? That sucks. It's like saying I have a driver's license, um, but I'm only going to drive this moped with one wheel because I'm not a professional driver. Like, no, treat yourself to a car. Get in a car. You don't have to be a NASCAR driver in order to drive a car. All right, let's see. Yeah, so see this pixel art that you've done? It will literally be 10 million times easier slash better if you used an actual art program. Yeah, there's no reason to just not make it manageable. Yeah, exactly. Atlas, that was a good analogy. It's like saying I'm not a carpenter, but not using a hammer when trying to put in nails. Yeah, you just need to use tools. If you're not using tools, then you're torturing yourself. And especially there's no real reason not to use tools when the tools are free. So like, I'll rip on GIMP, I think GIMP is ass. But GIMP is way better than MS Paint. They're not even in the same category. Technically it was real art. You know, I'm not going to argue that it wasn't real art. Everything is real art as long as the artist has an intention. It's just, well, whatever. We're all on the same page here. I like Medibang. I'm very impressed with Medibang. Um, there's also Krita. Krita is great. Alright, I'll figure this out. Let's see. I don't want to get a driver's license because something would get injured and that would be no good for me. Uh, if you are able to commute with like a bus, then you know what? I actually agree you don't need a driver's license. However, if you use your excuse of not having a driver's license as an excuse to not get a job or to be independent at all, then you need to rethink your decisions in life. A lot of people will say, oh, well, I can't get a job because I don't have a driver's license. Then you need to go get a driver's license. It's just how it is. So at that point, it's just an excuse. But yeah, after seeing your work, your sprite work, you would be 100%. You've only cemented my argument against you, unfortunately. Treat yourself. Quit shooting yourself in the foot and then going, oh man, but it's the only option I have is to shoot myself perpetually in the foot. Stop it. Quit torturing yourself. You've used other programs that were worse. Well, if it's an art program, it's not going to be worse. You're going to have to learn it. Which is scary. I understand that it's scary. But there's not much that's actually worse than MS Paint, actually. So there's also awesome pixel art programs, like on Steam even. So I own several. I don't even do pixel art, and I have very nice pixel art programs. Exactly, Aspirite. There you go. That's the exact one that I have. Aspirite is awesome. And it's at least 500 times better than MS Paint. Yeah, I don't know how you can get worse than MS Paint. Um, Not to rip on you, it sounds like user error. Toward all the options made is difficult for... Yeah, GIMP shop is poop. Paint.net is paint. I don't know how to tell ya. MS Paint is never going to be good for pixel art. It's fine for if you want to doodle and whatnot, but literally a pixel art program will be 10 million times better than MS Paint. Like you can say that, I don't know, the Note app on your phone that comes default is great for pixel art. And you know what? I'm sure it is, but Aspirate, for example, will be 20 million times better. Because it's made for it. It's like saying a dewormer is better than the vaccine. It's not. The vaccine was made for it. It's not going to be better. Also, it doesn't work. And it's a huge, huge, horrible thing. Don't do it. But yeah, get yourself Aspirate, treat yourself. And horse dewormer nonetheless, yeah. I cannot believe that's real. It's really just sad, I think. Like clearly our education system has failed so many people. Yeah. It's sad stuff. But I also did say no politics in chat, so I'm going to not politics. Yeah, there are two kinds, and they're both completely useless against COVID, because COVID is not a normal virus. So what is this cat is calling upon magic-wise? I have no idea. You're her creator, not me. I may consider Aspirate if I have enough downtime. Don't give a random guy a rivet gun if you're putting in nails. Yeah, but you at least give him a hammer. For sake. Holy shit. You need to at least give him a tool. God damn. You don't just give him a nail and then go, have at it, buddy. 6 hours later, he has one nail in, like halfway. And he goes, I never needed a nail anyway. Or a hammer anyway. Don't torture yourself. Sucks. Real men use their bare hands. Yeah, there you go. Do have a hammer. No, you don't. You have, like, the concept of a hammer. Now, this is really awkward looking, but, you know, that's the nature of requests. Oh, and she has a bow in her hair. Right. It's not gonna be super visible, which makes me sad. That's okay. Richard from LFG would agree with you. I don't know who that is. He sounds respectable. Everyone knows men use their bare hands to hammer in nails. Do you think Molly would make a cute model? Is she willing to work? This modeling isn't about looking cute. It's about being able to work. Exactly. E-beta 2 is correct. Gotta strike those poses, you gotta strike them fast. And it's hot. Did this request really fast, did I? I don't think I did. Maybe I did, I don't know. Okay, now to look up what the crystal looks like, because I don't see. How do I draw crystal? It looks like a chaos emerald. Okay. Okay. So Chaos Emeralds have a line of symmetry down the middle like this. They go out to either side. By the way, this is not how you do building for any of this emerald stuff. So I'm going to not do it like that. Emerald, top, middle, perspective, bottom, connect. That's how you build it. Trying so hard, I can just do that. Now for cleaning up. This does not look right. Can I give points to other people? Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, not physically, but, or not technically. But you can make a request on someone else's, uh, for someone else. Does that make sense? So if you have points and you want to be someone's, like, best friend, just write your stuff. Okay, that turned out a lot better. Helps when you actually build up the stuff that you're supposed to build up. That anatomy is beautiful. Thank you. Hope you're talking to me. All right, now what I want to do is some super sweeping lines, but I want to use a pen tool. How do I go about doing that? This is the aspect of CSP that I'm not familiar with. It must be a vector art thing. Who is that kobold gunslinger girl you did a while back? Her name was Toki. I can give you a reference for her later, or you could, like, I guess, contact, his name is That Otter, or The Otter, something like that. It's usually in my chat. I don't know if he is today. Usually he is. Okay. So just like an animation, you want to use arcs, like actual arcs in your artwork. It's going to make stuff look better. Let's see, how would I do this? I want it to spark off and segment. I think that's really cool. Art stream! Yeah, art stream. Okay, that looks a bit more Sonic-y, I think. Liking the work so far. Me too. I like it too. Excited to see it when it's all colored in. And just a little bit at the end there. Nice. Okay. Where do these all get placed on a queue automatically? Yeah, I have a queue set up. Basically, oh, I'm going to use a tool that I haven't used before. So let's see how that works. To the one person in chat knows this. Thank you for showing me this. I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh please. Set as reference layer. So yeah, all these get placed on a queue automatically. And I get to see the queue. I don't know how to put the queue on screen so you guys can see it too. I would very much like that. Alright, so check this out. This is called the fill-in mono pen. It's used to put in the base structure of your color layer. So basically it's not really an AI, but this AI reads my line art layer and goes, okay, I won't color outside that line. And that's what this is doing for me. So I can go as crazy as I want and I don't even need to think. And the thing I have to do is adjust the size of it a little bit because its sensitivity and accuracy is dependent on the size. Hey Kai, how are you doing? I'm doing all right, thanks. So yeah, how this works, is this your last request of the day? Sure hope not. A lot of time left. So yeah, how this pen works, select the pen, put your line art layer as the reference layer, and then go to town. You can color without worry. Does it help you a lot or not all the time? I don't know the question. What's the question? Does what help me? This tool? I don't know. This is like the first time I've ever used it. I certainly like it. Because I can just like do this and I don't have to care. That's really, really cool. Does make little mistakes like the one it just made right here. But, you know. So yeah, this has been a CSP Tricks with Kai session. I don't have time for a request on one stream. Do you save it for the next one? No. Otherwise things would pile up and then my streams would no longer be request streams, but they would be queue streams. So at the end of streams, that is it. Yeah, so basically it colors in and keeps things within the lines for me. Like I'm a baby. It's under the pen marker, and it's the fill-in mono pen. Very cool stuff. All right, so let's see what it looks like without the line art on. That's pretty good. That's really quite good. Ah, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn off this as a reference. Actually, do I have to turn it off? I don't know. But I'm gonna see if I can tie in colors. I'm cute when I hydrate, thank you. I try. Okay. Hair, 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 hair. I can just drop in hair. Kinda. Okay, that works. Gosh, this is such a pixely piece of artwork. It's difficult to work with. I don't know if I like this. Oh, hydrate, thank you. It's hot today, so I appreciate the hydrate. I saw you asking earlier if she reminded anyone of Sally Acorn. She does have the same color scheme, so in that way, yes. I think you could be a little bit more creative with color schemes like this in the future. Because there are so many infinite color schemes out there for characters. Be creative with it. Your hedgehog character gets confused with Amy. Anybody who confuses her with Amy is inherently wrong. She's not like Amy at all. Right, let's see. What are her eyelashes? Eye covering color? Oh, okay. Slightly off-white for eyes. Because white is not cool. White isn't right for art. Let's see. Got the green. I'm gonna adjust a lot of these colors. I think it needs a little bit of work. Okay, so I see some of the mistakes and whatnot of the monofill tool. I don't know how I feel about it. It might work for some things. I don't know if it necessarily works for me. So I'm having to go in and correct a lot of things. I don't like that. trying to understand this pen. Does it create a layer the colors clip to? Yes. That is exactly what it does. Good brain. There's some very, very unfriendly colors to work with. Just a warning to you, MollyKetty. Portrait artists, do this. Then super saturated green, I think this is. Yeah. And then there's this paint blue in here. Ooh, okay. It's rough. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Oh gosh, what color is her thing? It's like a purple, off purple? That's the most interesting color that I see here. Good job. It's kind of something like this. Okay, I need to train up these colors a little bit. This is a little tough to look at. So, the red I'm going to keep. I'm going to use that as like my base red. I don't know how to describe that. This brown needs to be desaturated. Probably lightened up a little bit. Okay, that looks alright. Might dip this red into the orange slightly. So it for today. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. What do you mean? What for today? Oh, 4 requests? Oh no, I have now 11. It started off as 4. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see the request queue. Let's see. She is super colorful, but it's torture. I'm going to criticize you. You need to desaturate your stuff. Otherwise, it's not fun to color in. So I'm fixing up her colors to so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, I wish you guys could see my queue too. I'm gonna see if I can either get a plugin or like ask somebody to help me develop one. Um, so yeah. I'd like you guys to be able to see it as well. Let's see. That's how that goes, kinda. You're bad for what, Kenny? Yeah, this character's been around for years and years and years and years. That's why she looks familiar. She's probably one of the oldest OCs in Sonic fandom. How does that look? How does it compare with my sketch? It looks okay. Now for some of this black. What should it be? You live under a rock then? I mean, there's a chance that you never got to see her. You might not be old enough. You mixed up your There's no way you would know. Kenny, there's no way you could possibly know. Yeah, no, I mean old enough in the Sonic fandom. Like the only reason I know about her is because basically the art of her is requests. So if you weren't doing requests around, you know, 12, 13 years ago, then you probably didn't see this character. So I see she has stripes here. I would like to see those stripes on her legs. Instead of these big things like this. This is a pattern that you should repeat in your character design. It's just like good design tip. You create a pattern, repeat it elsewhere. Annie, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why you're apologizing. She has stripes on her back like Timon from The Lion King. Yeah, but you have to think, so she's not Timon, right? You don't want her to be Timon. She's not going to be Timon, no matter what you want her to be. So Timon has stripes on his back because he's designed after the meerkat or whatever the heck he's actually designed after. MollyKetty is not a meerkat. She's going to be an independent character. So what you want to do, instead of having this, like this here, what you should do is you should repeat these stripes down her leg, like this. That way, these stripes here are not wasted. It will draw attention to the stripes on her back. Same goes for these stripes here. Also, it would help her look more like a cat. With your character design, you want to not be loud. So basically, the visual information that your viewer takes on when they see her, you don't want a bunch of colors and a bunch of crap and shit everywhere. So when you have a pattern, you want to repeat it, because that's easier for our measly human brains to take in and appreciate. It's like a design thing too. So what we're discussing in class is called cognitive load. Reduce your, yeah, like a tabby cat. Reduce your audience's cognitive load when they see your character by using patterns and repeating patterns. Yeah, Brooks Eggleston has great character design tips. Really, really smart guy. I want to know Kai's design thoughts on my characters. I would be more than happy to dissect that. Yeah, I like Brooks too. He's a really sweet guy. And he's smart. Okay, so even though you really can't tell, I have changed up her colors drastically. Something that you should do. She still looks like MollyKetty, as you'll notice, but every single color about her has been changed. Something to consider. Is there anything about Kevin that you would change to improve his look? I don't think I could possibly dissect that without doing more research. So having a police officer character be a robot is interesting. But what you want when you have a character that is a police officer, you want to actually have them be more human. Yeah, exactly. So it's like what makes RoboCop good is that he is not just some unfeeling asshole. He's more than a robot. Stream where Kai rips apart our character designs with her art wisdom might be kind of fun. I'm down. I would love to critique art and critique character design. That would be fun. I think I've drawn enough characters in my life. But yeah, also so Kevin is a cop. So you need to understand that there's social stigma tied behind him being a cop. Because cops are not hot right now. So what can you do to make us care about your cop and not hate him? Ah, thank you for the follow, Haas. I noticed that you follow me every one of my streams, and maybe you're a bot. So I might have to ban you. But I will say thank you for the time being. Alright, I'm gonna kick up this yellow a little bit. There we go. Much better. None of these colors are the same. Yay. Alright, how do you color in a Chaos Emerald? Let's see. Chat closed right now, so nobody start a fight, okay? I know you guys love to start fights. Okay, lots of straight lines. That do not change regardless of what is going on. What is this? Whoever designed this is confused, maybe. This isn't how emeralds work. So I'm gonna do some stuff. Honestly, that's good enough for me. See so much chatting going on. My anxiety is through the roof. You guys are fighting, I'm gonna ban every one of you. I will turn this stream around. God. I actually see you guys typing so much. Oh God. Okay, this is looking a little better. Glad that I decided to take some time. Really spoof it up. Much better. Okay. Now to read chat. It's a diamond, Kai. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't have the stigma against cops personally, so that might be hard for me. Yeah, but you need to recognize that it is something that cops go through, whether or not it goes through, you know, you or whatever. It's like if you have an African character and you draw them, you need to recognize that there's going to be things about your character that, you know, a white character would never ever go through. And those should be elements to be considered in your character design, because that's what makes their character real. Let's see. I'm gonna fight all of you behind Denny's and meet me at 20. Don't tell Kai. Let's see. She's used half her time on one request. She might only get 2 done today. Yeah, maybe. I might also just draw longer. I'm actually having a lot of fun. I hope we get refunds. I always refund. She refunds every... Yep. You are totally right. I went to get a drink. What's happening? That guy says she's gonna ban everyone. Don't mess with me. I will feel bad about it for the rest of the day. That's a really big mood, Goose. Alright, let's see. Well said, Kite. Thank you. Thank you, Dassy. Alright, there. I'm gonna give this lady some very, very light shading. Because I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I like the idea of doing just this radiating energy off of this emerald. So I'm just gonna do it really quick. You gotta give your anime opinions now. Okay, on what anime? I'll give any of my opinions on any anime. Is this visible everywhere? Kind of. Demon Slayer. Someone in chat said it was generic. I do agree. I haven't seen all of it, so I can only offer that much of an opinion. It's hard to get more generic than Demon Slayer. I mean, I guess there's Naruto. It's pretty damn generic. Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. One Piece would have been great if it only lasted like maybe 5 seasons, but it lasted 17, 25? It's some insane amount. So that's just sad. Yeah, I think One Piece is actually really good. It needs to stop though. Bleach, I enjoyed Bleach. It has the same thing as One Piece going on. It's time to stop. Let's see. Evangelion. Didn't One Piece finish? I'm sure it did. It's very, very old. I hope that it finished. Oh, it's still going? Oh my god. It's impressive. Will they ever find the One Piece? Let's see. Evangelion? I think Evangelion's sick. Oh, I can't see that. There. Do people still watch SpongeBob? Like, real question here. Do people still watch SpongeBob? Oh, Boruto. I haven't seen it, but conceptually, I think it's a sin against anime. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, I think that's what it's called. Sick. 10 out of 10. I want to rewatch it. How about Puella Maggie Madoka Magica? Never seen it. Sounds like a mess. Whoever named that should get fired. Unless it's really clever and I'm being horrible. I don't know. Kai, I need to make you watch this show. Okay, yeah, alright. I'm down. I like anime. 12 episodes. Oh, you have my attention. I really like short animes, um, because I think they realize that if they have a good story, they don't need to make it go on for... How long has One Piece been going on? Subtle rip on One Piece. Um, so yeah. Achievement unlocked Kai's attention. I'm sorry. Did I ignore someone? Try not to. It's really hard. Y'all talk a lot. Don't watch Made in Abyss. Shit's traumatizing. You just realized that you've activated my trap card. Um, that's an improper use. That sounds great. I love traumatizing stuff. Watch Cyber 6? Okay. You'll like Kill la Kill. I do like Kill la Kill. It seems pretty good. Seems a little random from time to time, and I don't really like that. I'm not a big fan of XD random look, it's anime. Unfortunately, a lot of anime seems to kind of be going in that direction. But that's okay. I enjoyed Gurren Lagann. It was a little sexual for my tastes, but it's good. I really love the animations. Gorgeous. God damn. Okay. I really like the rest with the purple shadow, the red with the purple shadows. Thank you. Me too. I'm gonna be a little messy with my shading, so I apologize. Mako is one of the best characters. Yes, bless Mako. I love that girl. I think everybody likes her, though. I guess it's not really an original opinion. Kill la Kill is sexual at the same time manages, I don't know why it said fringes, manages to tell a good story. Sure, I'm not saying that you can't be sexual and have a good story. Of course you can. I'm just saying it was a bit difficult at times for me to watch it. So it's just like over the top fan service. That's fine, you know. It just isn't my shtick. I miss old Toonami. I know nothing about it, so I can't miss it. Oh, I'm glad you like the shading. I am enjoying it. I know Molly Ketty probably doesn't like the shading though. If I know her. Or them. Actually don't know their gender. Probably not a big fan of it. Don't worry, Molly Ketty, I will fix it for you. I'm just shading in the fastest way I know of. This is the exact same approach actually to the shading as I do with my pop things. So good eye, Sparky. Good eye. Because it's really fast. I know. It always makes me so happy whenever I see your profile picture, Goose. I'm like, ah, oh, they like it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that looks good. For light eye shading, then I will perform my voodoo magic. Diamond glows purple, although the gem itself is violet. I mean, I'm gonna be that big jerk and say violet and purple are real similar. Anyone with another art degree can come in and rip on me, and you know what, that's fine. But they are real similar. This kind of shading that I did on this foot, that's the kind of stuff that I really, really like doing. It's very fun, in my opinion. It's like this sharp, angled appreciation for color. I'm all for it. Ugh, so good. It's just so, I don't know, there's something really kind of retro about it, and I really like it. Colors the rainbow. You Skittles taste the rainbow. Thank you, thank you. Y'all saying you love all this stuff, but you're gonna be disappointed when it's gonna change. Or maybe you'll be really impressed. I don't know. Alright, now for big change time. So basically this layer that you see right here, this is the layer that I have designated all of my like shading to. But this is just where my shading is gonna go. Then I clip her colors to the shading layer. Now I can adjust all of them separately. Which is really cool. So what I'm going to do is, I really like the purple for her hair, so I'm going to grab all of her hair. Actually, I'm going to grab all of red. And make that a really nice, like, saturated kind of purple. Yeah, that's pretty good. Then this brown and black kind of darken slightly, maybe? Saturate it. Yeah, okay. It's pretty good. The white needs some attention, because I don't want it to be green. That looks pretty nice. I like that blue. Now for green and this blue. Be boring with it, I think. I'm gonna turn this green blue. God, where's the blue? Here it is. The other colors look pretty good to me. I could nitpick more, but you know, I won't. So yeah. There that is. I'll clip that to that. Nice, nice, nice. I'm gonna lighten her up. You could call it Saturate Saturday. It's horrifying. I don't want to saturate too much stuff. Okay, so you said that it glows like purple or something? I don't really know if I want that. Maybe I'll just do like normal coloring. Yeah, alright. I'll do that. Her entire body needs a little bit of attention. So I'm gonna lighten it up. I'm gonna make the opposite sides. What is the opposite of purple? That's yellow, right? Okay, what if I made it red? No, that's kind of dumb. But blue. Ooh, blue tones. That's kind of cool. Kind of subtle, you don't really notice it. Opposite of purple is L prop. Right you are. That's what they taught us in art school, and we vowed never to say it out loud. It was a secret for the art industry, and the art industry alone. They'll be coming for me. Yeah, now the suits are gonna show up on my door. Thanks a lot, you guys. Wait, why is this funky? Opacity's at 90. Get out of here. Okay. Now for this. I want it to be like this pinky, purpley kind of mess. So I'll make it hot pink at like this part, and I'll have it delve into purpler down to the bottom. Now to copy that, make it a blur. Quack. How you doing, Yuri? Okay, now to test this, how does it look on dark? That looks kind of nice. Then okay. That's pretty good. Right. I think this one's done. Looks good on white, looks good on dark. All right, gonna call that one good. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with it, so I'm just gonna give myself some more time on the clock. MollyKetty. Okay. Next. Let's see. Let's pause this. Pause to my other one. Pause that. Thank you, thank you. Okay. We all knew this was coming, so if you could drop my girl in her casino dress. Okay. Why does it always go over there? Bad. Okay. Made MollyKetty look badass and sexy. I'm glad that you like it. Okay. I'm really, really hesitant to call anybody's character sexy. I think that's something I want to generally avoid. Ah, have a good night, Min. Okay, this one is for Atlas. Make this a little wider. Zoom in a little more. Okay, it's a nice piece. Draw her up in her casino dress. Man, what does a casino dress do? What do you do at a casino? Outside gamble. Most important part of art is the ideation part. So I need to think. It's the dress that she has. Yeah, I know, but what does the dress do? So like, if someone was wearing a tango dress, you would consider drawing them dancing. So if it's a casino dress, would you still draw them dancing? You know what I mean? So let's see. Because you can't, this isn't necessarily a very mobile, it's not a mobile dress. It's quite restrictive. That's not a bad idea. I could have some cards or something involved. But I'm not sure if Atlas wants her to be a gambler. Let's see, where is all my stuff? Put that over here. Can someone tell me if she's all full on request? I'm never going to be full anymore. But I'm probably not going to be able to get to all of the requests. Maybe I'll add like a little thing at some point that says like how much I have to do. That being said, I am going to get rid of the timer and the splits, because this is now just turned into a fun request stream. Poe does end up dancing with Fisher, but she's very shy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Oh, actually, maybe I should have kept up the splits. Let's see. Splits. Splits are interesting. These guys. Oh god, it looks so dumb. Oh, thank you for the donation, Alice. I really appreciate it. Let's see, what can I do to make that not look dumb? There. Okay. So, I'm gonna have her... Let me change the name. Hold on. Scoot that over because I can't have that not centered. There. Okay. I'm gonna start my splits. And... Alright. Wish me luck, I guess. I shall lurk if that's alright. It's always alright. It's always okay. So, this dress is supposed to be something really quite beautiful. I'd like to focus on the dress. need more practice drawing these sorts of creatures. That's for sure. Okay. Oh, this one's busted. She does have an eyebrow ridge, which is interesting. Okay. So, is her mouth like a dragon's mouth? Like it's a lizard muzzle? Or is it more of like a beak? Because I actually don't know and I've never asked. Okay. Does she have a nose? Like a little, like, dragon nose? Like, boop, like that? Okay. I do have enough, but I don't want to burn you out. I mean, I'm going to be the judge of whether or not I'm going to get burnt out. You can send me whatever you want. Whether or not I do it is a different question, is another question entirely. Okay. Hand over here. Because, sure. She's got 3 fingers, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Chest. Booba. Pinch in at the waist. Hippo. That doesn't look very dynamic. I could send you more refs of her if you'd like. I mean, you do what you want. But I don't think I need any more. Okay, I'd love if she could retain her shyness. God, how do you draw a shy character in a good way? Alright, let me try to find a way to have a shy character not be absolute hot garbage. Give me a sec. No, that's not how you portray shyness in pose. That's the lazy way of doing things. Okay. You're well, are you joking? Yeah. Okay, shyness. Head down. Eyes down. Don't want to show off the character's traits because they are shy. I'm doubting you? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Okay, a little co-beak. I can't, excuse me while I am mean for a second. Shy characters are interesting. However, it's a big pain in the butt when all they are is shy. I guess I'm just gonna low-key rip on you. Um, because there's going to be more to a character and they will show off more expression. Like there's going to be a time where Ko is happy. And I don't mind drawing her shy because that's what the request is demanding. But I hope to see her actually become a character and not just a trope. Okay. So I'm going to have her with her arm. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. Um, Something like this maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Booba somewhere around here. She has dem hips though. Got a lot of feedback saying she feels very flat in terms of character. Um, that is usually how female and characters, women characters, are in books. Um, I think that you're gonna have to do probably a little bit more work in that regard. I haven't read your work, so I can't, I'm not gonna judge you. But that's like what you're fighting against, basically. Um, Women are very, very underrepresented in a realistic way in fiction, or well, in books. Um, so if you want to have a non-flat female character, I think you're gonna have to do some research. Because like in literature, um, when you study it and whatnot, one of the funniest things to do is to kind of just make fun of the writers who portray women in an extremely just flat and kind of sexist way. So if you can avoid that, then you are better than a lot of writers. Women are usually tools in writing. It's the unfortunate truth of it. Well, you can have her as a protagonist, but still have her be a tool. So just keep that in mind. I mean, look at Stephanie Meyer's Twilight series. If ever there is a female tool, it's going to be Bella. Okay. Shoulder up, shoulder down. Ah, and have a good rest of your day, Neon Runner. I know that you guys absolutely kicked butt today. I hope that Matt was a good professor. He wasn't too awkward. He seems like he's nice. Um, so I'll see you. And I'll probably chat with you tomorrow or even later today. But yeah, see you on Monday, my guy. She isn't really a tool for anyone else's gain. Well, is she a tool for your gain? So basically, I guess I'll grill you because you're opening up. Uh, why is Ko a woman? It's how you pictured her, but what is the reason? So as a writer, you need to, or as a creative, you need to have a reason for everything that you do. So, for example, if you say, yeah, I have an African American character, and people will ask you, okay, so why? Why did you choose an African American character? And if you say that's just how I pictured them, then you are in for a rough time. Because, so right now, I am going to rip on you. Right now, you have Ko as a fairly meek, slightly submissive, very feminine but quiet character. Now, if that's how you've pictured her and you're like, okay, female, then there are problems with that. Because not only is that stereotype, but it's a pretty negative stereotype. Alternatively, because there are African Americans in the real world, so I put them into mine too, but you need a reason. Because if you put something into the world because it exists, then it is a tool. Now, if you say, okay, well, I want Ko to be, I chose Ko to be female because she suffers, and it's actually an allegory for, I don't know, women's suffrage, and this whole thing is actually a huge, I don't know, basically it's let's say that this is a story and it's a huge analogy for women's suffrage in like the 30s. Then, okay, now you're going to have to make those ties, do the research, etc. And suddenly you have a very interesting character. See where I'm coming from? Let's see. There's different races and ethnicities, so why specifically black? Exactly. Exactly. Darcy, you are on top of it. I mean, okay, let's take a look at Quim. She's basically the opposite of Ko. She's tough and strong and confident. So why did you have her be female? Because you can have a character opposite without them being the same gender. You can, there's all sorts of people in the world. So why female? How are you, as an artist and a creator, going to make that meaningful and not you using them as a tool? I hate this head. Jesus. So what you're saying is I can't have a character be female just because I want. Yes. And it's going to suck. Because if you just want a female for no real reason other than you want a female, then that's a tool. Then she's not actually a character, she's just a female for the sake of female. Which is the same reason why a lot of male protagonists are male protagonists, because hey man, what else could it be? If you just want a male, is it still a tool? A male character is the expected norm. So you could easily argue if the expected norm were female, why have a male character? But that's not the case. Most protagonists, probably like 80+% of them, are male. So you could argue that it's still a tool, maybe, but I would just say that it's just the expected. That's the standard. Put in place by men, might I add. And I know that a lot of people probably don't like hearing this, but that's it's kind of the reality of it. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Personally, for my character, Desi. Oh, thank you for the follow, AMC. I thought you were already following me. Dasi, excuse me. She's a goat because my zodiac animal is a goat, and I wanted a character based off of that. She's female because I'm female. Nice. A fellow Capricorn. Is Capricorn a goat? I guess it is. Okay. This is a story about a bunch of aliens that go searching across the galaxy for a space MacGuffin. You're not trying to weave any sort of political messages into it. Ko is female because blah 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 as a friend therapy character. Yeah, I'm just saying. Take my criticism as you will. I'm not trying to say that you're some horrible misogynistic writer or, you know, I'm not stating that you as a writer are really fucking it up. I'm saying she is an opportunity to go even deeper and actually be like a very, very interesting character. I don't think it's a good thing when you start telling authors what they can and can't write. Well, don't ask. And I'm not saying that you can't write about it. I'm saying you do write about it. Be wary of it. Be aware that if you have a character and they are female, you need to have a reason. Otherwise, people are going to get up in your asshole about it. Like me. You don't want to come across as an ass. Well, that's fine. I'm telling you my thoughts based on my experience slash studies. Uh, that if you, as a writer, have a female character for the sake of female, then you're missing out. AMC, I think that's awesome. You don't even need to label her as your best self. Um, but like, I think that that's much more interesting because then you can delve into like, for example, different types of body, even dysmorphia, um, which is a huge, huge topic of interest. And I think that's very interesting. Is it not sexist to say that a female character needs to have some sort of message? No, of course not. That question, however, makes me doubtful. It's exactly as AMC actually just said. Knowing the history of why women in media are a certain way is something that you as an author need to be aware of. You treat her no differently than how you treat your male characters. How many of your male characters are slaves? Don't you think that it's weird that only your female characters are slaves? Don't you think that maybe someone might look at that and think, huh, that's, it's a little sus. Story is about overcoming her past and becoming a more confident character. Yeah, so tie that in with something more meaningful. You have an awesome, awesome way to basically make a statement about, I mean, you could even make a statement about uh, women characters in media. Tie it in with how women are like quite literally slaves. Get deep, dig deep. You don't want to make a statement though. See, then you're using your character as a tool. And it's okay to use them as a tool. But you're going to receive criticism for it, just as you're receiving criticism now. And if it makes you uncomfortable, perhaps look into why it's making you uncomfortable. So, question, the thing on her neck, is it attached, um, is it attached to her neck or is it attached to the back of her head? Okay, so it's on her neck? Okay. What's this about Atlas making a statement? I'm basically saying, since he has a female somewhat protagonist, a main character, uh, that he should use that as a platform to make a statement. You could make a statement about anything you want, really. Um, so, for example, you could make a statement about women in media, about how they're underrepresented, overrepresented in certain ways, etc., etc. Does my pad have a screen on it? No. I do not have a screen. You're saying you don't want to make a statement, it's just for fun. Yeah, but you're going to receive criticism on it. So you're fine with criticism? Yeah, that's fine. You can be fine with criticism. But you need to also understand why you're receiving it. Potentially turn that criticism into critique. I take it as why you gave that specific female character that kind of arc, specifically because she's female and that's portrayed as the norm. That is perfect criticism. Does Ko have a nose? Like a nostril? I can't tell from this image. Nose. See. Most ideas I've ever seen in a book has to be Isaac Asimov's Foundation, and with about 3 to 4 on what you count psychohistory as. Are you saying 3 to 4 statements? I know nothing about the Loki series, otherwise I'd make a comment. Except that it's got Owen Wilson in it for some reason. That's really funny. Oops. Not a big fan of Marvel. The Marvel cinematic universe, I guess. But they do have messages they're not about women. I don't know if I want to touch that. So when you have literature, when you have a story that's worth talking about, a story that's worth writing, usually it's going to be, I mean, unless it's just, you know, pure fan fiction, totally just like a bunch of smut or something like that. You know, it has a message. There's a purpose to it. Some of the best literature in the world is just written with beautiful messages. That's what makes them literature. When you study this, you realize that every book is going to say something more than what the book is actually talking about. So when you read a book, you start looking for these things. So when people read your story, and if they are appreciators of literature, if they're not just your average, like, I don't know, kid, or uninformed individual searching for their next best thing to read, you're going to have people who are trying to search for meaning in why you have a female protagonist. That is where a lot of criticism will come from. Can't draw hands. Can I put fanfictions on Wattpad? Yes. Yes, you may. You can put anything you want on Wattpad. It doesn't even have to be writing. I don't see this go through on chat, so I'll post again. There is a statement, but it has nothing to do with women. It's more about mental health. So do you think mental health has nothing to do with women? Okay. So why would you not consider focusing on that? Or even including it? That's all good, Mike. The reason I mention that is because one of your characters is, in fact, female, and she is probably one of the most traumatized characters in your series. So why not dip into that and make that more based on reality, like on what women have to go through? Mental health affects everyone, not just women. Yeah, I know, but your character's a woman, and you made them a woman. No, I don't think you're coming across as hostile. I think you're fine. I think that as a writer and character designer, you're missing out on something that's huge. And it's what most male writers do miss out on. So that's why I'm pushing you a little bit. So I want you to avoid that. I just gave her the shittiest hand in the world. You are welcome. Ooh. It's also kind of like the same thing I was talking about with Infinite, about his character being a cop. Um, so you may not see it or recognize it or, whatever. But the rest of the world, or at least, 50% of the world, 50% of your readers, are going to be seeing things that you are missing. And they are not going to like it. Princess Leia, she's a super popular character. What would you say her message is? Do you mean her intended message or the message that she accidentally came across as? Because it's a lot of criticism about her, and I would wager to say Carrie Fisher also hated it. I have no idea what her intended one is. I mean, she's literally just written as a sex object. She's not a damsel in distress, but she acts like one. And I think that's really sad. Later on, she becomes cooler. But yeah, it's really uncomfortable to watch as this character who is quite young goes after to every male character that she comes across. So that kind of sucks. So yeah. So would you call Ko a damsel in distress? Is she in distress? I know nothing about that. I would call her a damsel and a stereotype. But yeah, you would have to be the one to determine whether or not she's in distress. The thing is that if you wrote Leia as a male character, she would come across as extremely odd and sexual. So, and I mean, granted, she would be portrayed as like, or at least seen as some hyper effeminate, flaming gay, which is very odd. So, or at least it was odd for the 60s or whenever this came out. So, what does that say about Princess Leia's character? And that quote unquote only a woman could play that character. Kind of a little weird. You would call her a damsel in distress. It's part of her arc. She learns to grow and stand up for herself. Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. Just why is she a lady? Like a man could do that, you know? A man does do that, Fisher. Okay. But who does he fall in love with? The damsel in distress, right? So Ko just so happens to fall in love with the main protagonist. Which is fine. Love happens, but is that why she's female? So that relationship could happen? Or is there something more to her character other than she's female because she's female? Both of them equally fall for each other. Yeah, because that's how it was written. It was written by, I mean, it's written by a guy. So, like, what do you want me to take from it? So what happened if it was written by a girl then? I mean, it's a little weird, but if it were written by a girl, then I would assume that she understands the struggles of being a female, and that is why she made the main character a girl, probably because it's representative of her. That's why you have amazing writers like Toni Morrison who make these amazing statements within their own uh, their books about females, about ladies in literature. Also, if you haven't read Toni Morrison's stuff, you should. Probably the best female writer that I've ever read her stuff of. Lots of criticism for her work because it's just so brutal. You're saying I can't write a female character because I'm a guy. I'm saying you're going to receive criticism because you're making a female character for no reason. I think you could do something with it. Like, you currently have more of a voice than most ladies ever. You should use that voice. Like, recognize that privilege that you have. For no reason is what I heard when you said no reason. Yeah, it's because I said no reason. I think I'm just gonna call this side of her face stylized. Call it a day. Till I learn how to draw characters like this. Because I think that's fair. She's slightly more shy. I hope that that's okay? Question mark. Both characters help each other out of deep depression. Yeah, and I'm glad that male suicide is being covered. However, not having that other perspective is definitely strange, especially considering Atlas's statement that Ko is the main character. What's the weirdest thing you've ever drawn? Like just out and out odd? Well, it would be a not safe for work commission. A character that had so many extra parts that I can't even say it on Twitch. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done. Yeah, you get Ko's perspective, but it's not her struggle as a woman. It's her struggle as a depiction of Ko through the lens of a male. That's what I'm saying. That's wherein the problem lies. As a guy, I can't write a female character without her having some sort of agenda or message. There's no agenda or message about being female. That's just the reality of it. The problem with seeing it as an agenda or message means that you don't see women's struggles as anything except reality, or as anything except fantasy or an agenda or some sort of message. I know you're confused. Perhaps a gender studies course could help. So when you have a female character and you ignore the aspect of her struggles as a woman, you're kind of ignoring why you made her a female in the first place. You can call it like female erasure or something like that, sure. I'm not going to use that term because I think it's kind of cringe. But yeah, it's like making a character gay for no reason. You need to have a reason. So show it off. How do you manage to see your struggles? Through studying. Through studying, asking questions, and understanding that the critique I'm giving you is such critique. A female author could only write a male character if she had a reason behind it. No, because male is the standard. Male's the default. So she's like a light blue, you said, right? Something like that? Maybe this? She has white eyes, question mark? Yeah, no offense, but I don't think you quite understand it either. Because y'all are two people who have no experience with it and have not studied it. So it's a little looking weird. Looking cringe. So yeah. Her eyes are a cyan? Is that right? Something like with this, maybe? I'm offering you a perspective that you do not currently have and cannot, can't really get. He's not firsthand. So I think you should take it and go, okay, I have some work to do. Because apparently women are maybe not too keen about being written as the same character over and over and over again. Damn. If you're concerned with writing a compelling and realized character, you have to express an understanding of the lived experiences of marginalized peoples, also known as, in this example, women. Thank you. Another good way to get perspective is to look up this sort of things in relation to other shows. Yeah, it's okay to not, it's okay not to if you don't want to write good characters. I mean, yeah. There's more females than male in my story. That doesn't matter. The sheer number of them doesn't make it better. Each of them has their own unique personality. I'm glad that they have their own unique personality. That is the basic default of having a character at all ever. And I'm glad you're covering racial stuff. You should consider covering what makes your character female and why you made them female. What color's her collar thing? I can't tell because it's in shadow. I hope they're not being written the same way over and over again. That would be really, really, really bad, just as a writer. Yeah, if you feature a character who's marginalized, you should consider, if you want them to be a good character, well-written character, consider tackling what makes them a marginalized character. I don't need to read the book to criticize. If the only thing I know about Ko is that she's shy, slightly submissive, and in love with the main character, that kind of sucks. I feel like you guys are not understanding marginalized characters in media. I think that instead of asking me, you should do research. If you'd like to write good characters, do some research into marginalization and marginalized characters. Yeah, we generally will understand better because it's something that we have to tackle literally on a daily basis. So if it's not being included in your book, then it's like a huge red flag of, okay, this person doesn't understand. Do you have to include it? No. And you also don't have to write compelling characters. Nobody's forcing you to. Just like you can draw a character who's basically Sonic except a slightly shaded, a shade of blue, but yeah, it's not a great character design. You feel me? She doesn't need to have a marginalized message. That's literally like just being part of being female. You're skipping out on one of the most important and awful things about being a, a woman. And not including it is a huge disservice to her as a female character. It's not some sort of weird message or something like that. Nobody's got an agenda. It's just applying realism to your character. Ko doesn't need to talk about it. I don't know why you think she has to stand up and be like, so, to all you readers today, we're gonna talk about marginalization. Like, no, nobody is gonna do that. That's just some weird virtue signaling shit. I'm asking if you would, or well, I guess I'm pointing out, if you want to write a female character and write it well, then you're going to need to look at how females are marginalized and probably rewrite your stuff. Because right now, it doesn't really sound like she's a character. Yeah, imagine like a main character for some Marvel movie, and it's like some big beefy dude with like these huge massive pecs. And his favorite things are talking about sports and chewing tobacco. Like that's not what it makes a character. You know what I mean? Like it's just not that's really not cool. So what are the patterns on her dress? I don't understand. They're just kind of everywhere. Yeah, cough Thor movie, cough. That is very fair. Yes, and you're stereotyping women. This lady right here, how you've written her is a huge, huge stereotype. You made her female for no reason. She does all the stereotypical female stuff. She's not, yeah, Mary Jane's not a great stereotype. Like it's so harmful. Like this sort of media is the reason why I am expected to be some submissive, quiet, shy, cutesy personality that falls in love with the man. Like that sucks. I urge you to be realistic in your characters. In your character design, development, and to do some research as to how to make a female character actually accurately female. I mean, that is if you would like to write well. Of course, everyone are you kidding me? Nobody expects women to be some silent whatever. That is such a. You are so misinformed of reality, my guy. I'm gonna just be blunt with you about that. Women are the quiet, the sexy, the timid. They are not aggressive. And they care. They're motherly. They're that big sister. No, they're fucking not. Stop it. Are some women like that? Yeah. But the fact that they're always portrayed as that way is just like missing out on the main parts of what makes a woman a woman. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm really weirdly shocked by all the people who say that racism isn't alive and well and that it's like going away. It's not. It's just as shitty as it's always been. It's probably worse. Yeah. I am also hella white. I know many, many women who are not like that. Congratulations! So why did you make your protagonist a stereotypical woman? If you say you don't even know women who act like this, why did you do this? Why did you turn her into Princess Leia? Why did you turn her into insert female character here? You need to study it. An inaccurate portrayal of marginalized individuals is one of the biggest insults you can do to that marginalized group. Yeah, and it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. You made her a shy character so you can overcome that shyness. Yeah, what about it? Like, no offense, but like, so what? Everybody's shy. Yeah, stereotypes are bad. Stereotypes are actually one of the most harmful, dangerous things that marginalized individuals can deal with. How is portray? See, okay, that's a huge red flag to me that you don't know what you're talking about. So let's say that insert character here who has female traits. Doesn't even have to be a woman. So if the stereotype for women is that women are shy and submissive, so known as this character right here. So if that's the stereotype, then she is going to be submissive to whoever she talks to. She's going to be polite and nice and blah blah blah. And so when this woman, I don't know, on the bus burps, people are going to look at her and go, "Oh my God, fucking disgusting." Oh, not even like a woman. Like, "Oh God." Some people might even react violently to that. You aren't aware of that as being the reality for many women. Uh, you need to be. Or let's say a man approaches you in the bus or on the bus and he says, "You look mighty fine." Um, okay, so this is really dangerous for the woman because if she doesn't say thank you or, whatever, uh, honestly, like, it's even worse than how it is. So she has two choices, basically. Either risk getting physically assaulted by saying, "Thank you, I really appreciate that," or she ignores him and then still gets risk of getting physically assaulted. Like, yeah, yeah, it is a very strange topic. Um, it's a very interesting topic though too. It's important for people to learn whatever gender you assign yourself or see yourself as, or however. Um, it's very, very important to understand that when you have marginalized characters, you cannot be just sitting around stereotyping them because it makes it dangerous for the real marginalized people, like in reality. Congratulations, you recognize that it's creepy, but it's dangerous. Like, it goes past just being a creep. That guy could very well follow her home because he didn't like her response. He might seek out to teach her a lesson. Because stereotyping is bad. He expected a different response. How dare she give him a different response? You know what I mean? I am Hispanic. One stereotype for my people is laziness. I work very hard and annoys me to see Hispanic characters and they are lazy. Exactly. You are right on the head. You're right on the goddamn nose. So you are a marginalized individual, at least in Western culture. Um, People are going to look at you as lazy and like be surprised when you're not. That's so harmful. That's so shitty, and I'm so sorry. Now, imagine if you had a Hispanic character and their main trait outside eating, I don't know, burritos or something was that they were lazy. Imagine that as a main character trait. Oh my fucking god. Like, now if you see something wrong with that, good. I'm glad you see something wrong with that because it's hazardous, it's dangerous, it's also incredibly untrue. You have a Hispanic character, have them push it, have them stand for something more than laziness. Because to do otherwise is to complete and totally ignore one of the basic parts of like living and having to overcome this horrible stereotype. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or the token black. I'm glad you can relate to that. Now you need to understand why having a female character who's female for the sake of being female is kind of shitty. It's not just shitty, but it's like kind of poor and lazy writing. It's ignoring one of the most basic factors of being a woman in today's society, in society probably ever. Not only that, but most people disregard it, saying, "Oh, well, I've never met a woman like that," or I would never treat women poorly." But you also didn't write her as like a character. It's no problem. I do recommend taking like a gender studies course. Um, I know people meme on it like really hard, but it's one of the more interesting things that you can do. Uh, and learning about how women are treated like globally, it's very interesting. It will help you write better and more authentic characters. Exactly. Yeah, I really like her design. I think she's gorgeous. And it does work the opposite in some cases as well. I'm heavy into magical girls, and one of the worst things in a magical girl show, or can do, is have a random boy to go, oh, look at boy. Yeah. It's so harmful to have like this over the top male character whose only purpose is to be, look, boy. Like it's just so harmful. Oh, have a good night, Sparky. I hope you get lots of rest. I remember visiting a mosque and talking to people in the Muslim community to learn more about their culture. I don't know a whole lot about Muslim culture, but one of the coolest things that I did learn is the power of the written word more than imagery. And I thought like that one really stuck with me. I think that's so cool. So like instead of having um I don't know, pictures of animals or something like that or of people, um they'll have like word art, and it's just it gives a whole new meaning behind like writing, and it's so beautiful. It's really, really cool. I never would have known that if I didn't study it. You can disagree all you want, but do realize that you are talking with a group of people who know more about it than you might ever will. So it's kind of like, I don't know, talking with a doctor and being like, yeah, I don't really know about how you prescribed this person Zoloft. And then they're just sitting there like, um, I think it would be an interesting study for you to take a look at the characteristics of women in the media that you consume. Why do you think that those characters are women and not men? What purpose do they serve that only a woman could do? The worst example? All right, lay it on me. I know that Tokyo Mew Mew has some really just kind of awful male characters. Like, holy shit. That's some cringy garbage. Sword Art Online. This chick was a bloody badass for the first half of season 1. As soon as she married the main character, she became docile. Oof! Oh, God! Of course, because that turned her, made her realize her I don't even know. I can't even defend, like, jokingly defend it. Like, it's just so bad. That's so embarrassing. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, this animation is super sick. Um, it's just so it's so clean. Look at these lines. Look at the bounce of the run. The way the wheels have the little smears on them. Fucking love it. So good. Alright. I have things that I need to do, so this is gonna be my last one for today. I need to be an adult. God, where do I put all my things? Well, this thing's better be watching Madoka with me, Kai. Alright. I'll watch stuff. I don't know if I can do it today. Can we schedule? Can we schedule a day? I'm a schedule person. Okay, cool. What, when you're free. Pretty much if it's not daytime during the weekday. Okay, what about weekends? Now that you've piqued my interest. I remember this top part being somewhat metallic or something like that. You are free tomorrow and Sunday. Okay. I am more free on Sunday. Let's do Sunday. Okay, then Ko's eyes, they glow. That's their shtick. Okay. And she does have irises. Okay. Deal. Sunday. You're on. That looks kind of weird. Sorry, everyone else on stream. I think they'll be fine with it. We have Magical Girl to watch. Oh, are you gonna do Gardic Phone? I'd watch your stream if you did. Need some volunteers so you can do it. I'm down. We need to do some more stuff like that anyway. So, I don't know, maybe set up a thing on Twitter. Be like, hey, artists, come hither. Get your booties over here. You feel me? I think a decent amount of Good artists watch you, Mike. Bet you they would come in. Yeah, make a call out on Twitter. Okay, how's that look on dark? Looks okay. How am I feeling? I'm doing okay. My feet hurt. I'm doing okay. Thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the two. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh god, don't hydrate spam me. I don't have enough water left. Gotta make sure. Oh my god. Fuck you guys. Alright, I'm gonna call this lady done. I would like to add more texture to her at some point, but not today. It's a really cool dress. Love you too. Man, all I want to do is play god dang Apex. It's like a literal strain on my body not to play it. Just need that Pathfinder in my life, you know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Alright. Here you go. Here's your lady. She's very cute. Thank you for the opportunity to have me draw her. I... You should play Oberdin. Stinky. He makes me dizzy. Alright. I'm gonna get off for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow. And probably be streaming a good amount of the day away. And it'll be fun. Yeah. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And have a good rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. Yeah, see you around. Thanks for coming.